Alright, so today's episode is going to be a little short, and it's just going to be me talking about a couple books that I released this year. I really didn't give myself enough time to promote these books, which is why I'm doing this episode. Also, I left social media at the worst time possible. Like, literally, right after The Devil in Bitwood came out, I pieced out by saying, hey, Devil in Bitwood's out now, Royals is my next book, and it's coming out next month. That's it. That's all I did. And now I'm back on social media for the time being until this episode comes out. Then I'll probably be off of it again. That's my plan at least. We'll see if that happens. But anyways, hi, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing good. And if you are listening to this episode, I think I'm just going to put it on YouTube. Yeah, if you're listening to this episode, thank you so much. Sorry, Candy's not here with me today. She is a busy person, and so am I. And yeah, let's get right into it. So first up, we're going to talk about The Devil in Bentwood, which is a horror novel that I wrote. The way I wrote this book, it was more of like a memoir style in the point of view of Matt, who's the main character. Him and his boyfriend, Henry, try to kind of figure out what's going on in this town called Bentwood, North Carolina, because people start going missing, and it's a real shit show for everybody who lives in that town. Like, people, like, these weird beings start appearing, and it's just so many different paranormal occurrences. And there's like some like transcriptions of interviews, there's found footage. It's just, there's so much, and it's really cool. It was a really cool style of writing that I wanted to tap into, and I am so glad I did, because it was just so fun. It was such an incredible experience to get to create this type of story, and I am just so deeply proud of it. But yeah, like I said, there's like interviews in there, there's found footage, there's case files from police reports. It's there's possessions, exorcisms. The whole town was basically disconnected from the rest of the world, so like nobody could go in or out of the town. Like Wi-Fi and everything, like cellular service, was just cut off. And it's just like, Matt and his boyfriend Henry, who was a cop, basically just had to try to figure out everything, because so many people were dying, and it was a terrible time for them to be alive. But you know what? Same. Same. No, not really. But like, it's just how the story goes, and it's a really, really, really good story, and I'm so proud of it. And speaking of being proud of my stories, my next book is called Royals. Monday, November 25th is when Royals came out. And this book, let me tell you, it was such a random project to start. I was at my mom's apartment. I was just there alone, and I was walking around, and next thing you know, I had this story in my mind, and I was just walking around the whole apartment, pacing back and forth, and just kind of living through the story mentally. Like, the lines and everything, the scenes were all just playing in my head, and it just, like, the story created itself that night. So I had the beginning, the middle, the end. I had all these details planned out already before I even started writing the damn book. And it was actually a really, really cool experience, and I would love to get to do that again, honestly. The book is about a guy named Silas Hayward, who is the Prince of Castwood Grove. So his father, the king, forced Silas to marry a woman that he had never met. It was just for the sake of an alliance with this other kingdom. And Silas has been having an affair with one of his guards for the past 2 years. Nobody knew that. It was a top secret thing. It was, for good reasons. He didn't want his lover to get killed or anything bad to happen to him whatsoever. And it's a really, like, really, the whole book is kind of like a romance story between those two characters, but it's also so much more, because like while they're trying to figure out how to keep the relationship alive, it's also someone's trying to kill Silas, and he has to figure out who the fuck is trying to kill him. And it's just like, okay, it could be all these people that have it out for him, but like, why would they want to kill him? So Silas is trying to figure that out, and to me, it's pretty obvious who's trying to kill him from the start. But I don't know. I think it's the journey that you're it's the journey of reading the story that kind of makes it worth knowing already. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I said, this story just kind of came to be one random night, and I am just so happy with how it turned out. I absolutely love it, and it was so crazy because like once it was in my mind, I could not get it out. I wrote the story fairly fairly quick, but like at the same time, I kind of slowed down towards the end, because I was like, okay, I need to make sure I know what I'm doing. Like, I just have to make sure. So yeah, it was really hard to stop writing though. I will say that. Like, I just wanted to keep going. It's not a long book at all. It's like 150 pages or so, but it's still like just full. Like, it's full of so many different things, and I'm so proud of it. And yeah, that those are the two books I released this year. Oh my god. Within a month too. Like, that's just how it worked out for me, I guess. Next year, I hope to release a lot more. I can't really say what I'm planning because I'm not 100% sure yet. Usually by now I would have like an idea, but I'm just trying to go with the flow now. I can't really set something for myself anymore because when I do that, it messes me up and I end up stopping working on a project that I wanted to be out next year or whatever. I've proven that to myself for the past 3 years now. It's like, okay, I can't set something like that. Like, I just like, because if I'm not feeling a project at the moment, I'm not going to work on it because it's just not going to come out how I wanted it to if I did force myself to work on something when I'm not in the mood for it. So that's just kind of something I had to learn and I had to be okay with. But also because of that, I have like 20 different projects in the works. Because like I'm just like, okay, I'm not in the mood for this one or this one or this one or this one. So I'm just gonna start this whole new project, blah blah blah. And like everything will come together eventually. And that helps me kind of have something to lean on every year. So like, like let's say I release just one book next year, I'll have another book the next year. I'll have like, I already basically have all these books that I'm writing. So it really does make me feel better knowing that no matter what, I will always have a book to release every year because I'm working so hard on so many different ones. It's just a matter of trying to decide which ones are going to take the priority, or it's a lot to think about, but it's also exactly what I wanted to do with my life, and I'm making it happen. Enough rambling. I really hope you guys enjoy these books. I love them so much, and I can't even like form the words that I want to form right now. But I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.